You should really all be
Aw.
How are you? Good. Need another one.
Hello, everybody. It seems like we're all gathered around. So I don't have to shout. This is a family. Now, this is what I call a family. Welcome to this beautiful setting on this glorious, wonderful day. Mary and Jonathan have invited us to be here with them today as they commit their lives to each other and enter into the covenant of marriage. There is, I believe, a misconception about wedding ceremonies. Most people assume it's the minister, rabbi, or some other officiant who conducts the ceremony that actually marries the couple. I am more a part of what I would call the Brigadoon camp. In case you're wondering, it's a wonderful old musical set in old Scotland with a really cool wedding scene. And in that wedding scene, the officiant, who's a teacher, informs the guests and the couples that in their custom it is perfectly acceptable for a couple to marry each other. What I mean by this is this. The bride and the groom here are the stars in the cast of this play. I'm simply the guy in the wings who's holding the cue cards, making sure that they get their lines right.
Louder, Vic, louder.
Really? Okay.
Don't be shy.
When two people become a couple, when they first start seeing each other and dating, it is only natural for family and friends to start evaluating the relationship. Sometimes you just don't know. I'm not sure about this. Other times, you think you know. Yeah, this could be okay. But then there are those times when you just know. And Mary and Jonathan, as I'm looking at you two, and as we're looking at you, we just know that this is right. This is the right thing to do. With all that said, are you two ready for this?
Yes.
Great, I have some questions. First of all, do you both come to me intending to enter into the covenant of marriage?
Yes.
Do you do so of your own free will and without reservation?
Yes.
Now, where's my brother-in-law, John?
Right here.
Amen. John, listen, regardless of how old they are, of how long it's been since they've lived under our roofs, our daughters are still our daughters. And as the president of the Dads of Daughters Club, I'm going to ask you, you okay with this? Because we don't have the normal quorum of nephews available, but we can dispatch them if you want me to. Okay, good. And Richard, my new friend, I'm going to ask you that when two people decide to marry, it's more than just two people getting married, it's families that are joining together. So I ask you, do you give your blessing for this union?
I certainly do.
God bless us. Jonathan, do you choose Mary to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Do you promise to love her and care for her,
I do.
being faithful to her all the days of your life?
Absolutely.
Mary, do you choose Jonathan to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Yes.
Will you promise to love him and care for him,
Yes.
being faithful to him all the days of your life?
Yes.
And to all of you who are gathered here as witnesses, I ask you, do you commit to live your lives in love as an example and in support of Mary and Jonathan?
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan, would you please repeat after me? Mary, before I met you,
Mary, before I met you,
your darkness was shining.
your darkness was shining.
My darkness was shining.
My darkness was shining.
And I didn't expect to find love.
And I didn't expect to find love.
But those bright lights led us to each other.
But those bright lights led us to each other.
Then came a day when the storm was over,
Then came a day when the storm was over,
and out from behind a cloud you came.
and out from behind a cloud you came.
Since that day,
Since that day,
my life has been filled with sunshine.
my life has been filled with sunshine.
You are the only one for me.
You are the only one.
I promise to love you and no other,
I promise to love you and no other,
forever through time.
forever through time.
Mary, would you please repeat after me? Jonathan,
Jonathan,
there used to be days I didn't feel like dancing.
there used to be days I didn't feel like dancing.
You can be sure those days are gone.
You can be sure those days are gone.
Now I want to spend the rest of my days
Now I want to spend the rest of my days
completing life's dance with you.
completing life's dance with you.
When I came out from behind that cloud,
When I came out from behind that cloud,
all I could see was you.
all I could see was you.
You're the only one for me.
You're the only one for me.
I promise to love you and no other
I promise to love you and no other
forever through time.
forever through time.
I have rings that have been given to me. There's been a lot said about rings, about their being perfect circles, being made of precious metals, and all that stuff is true and fine. But there's really only one thing important about these rings, and those are the words that are said when you give them to each other. So Jonathan, I'm asking you to take this ring, and if you would please, place it over Mary's finger, and repeat after me. Mary, take this ring
Mary, take this ring
as a token of my love for you.
as a token of my love for you.
As this ring surrounds your finger,
As this ring surrounds your finger,
may you always feel surrounded by my love.
may you always feel surrounded by my love.
Mary, would you please take this ring and place it over Jonathan's finger and repeat after me. Jonathan, take this ring
Jonathan, take this ring
as a token of my love for you.
as a token of my love for you.
As this ring surrounds your finger,
As this ring surrounds your finger,
may you always feel surrounded by my love.
may you always feel surrounded by my love.
Miss Olivia, would you please come forward and stand in front of the wonderful couple? Mary and Jonathan are going to partake in a ceremony of hand fasting, which is an old Celtic tradition dating back centuries as a means for two people to marry each other or to declare their intentions for each other. And in fact, from this ceremony, we get our phrase called tying the knot. So Mary and Jonathan have joined right and left hands, crossing them and performing and creating what we call a symbol of infinity, so that their love lasts for infinity. Olivia, I would ask you, would you please drape the scarf over them? Thank you very much. And if you will hold this for me, I appreciate that. Mary and Jonathan, as this knot is tied, so are your lives now bound. Woven into this scarf, into its very fibers, are all the hopes of your friends and family and of yourselves for your new life together. With the entwining of this knot, do I tie all the desires, dreams, love, and happiness wished here in this place for your lives as long as love shall last. We wrap this around, bring this around. In the joining of hands and in the fashion of a knot, so are your lives now bound one to another. By this cord, you are thus bound to your vow. May this knot remain tied for as long as love shall last. May this cord draw your hands together in love, never to be used in anger. May the vows you have spoken never grow bitter in your mouths. Two, entwined in love, bound by commitment and fear, sadness and joy, by hardship and victory, anger and reconciliation, all of which bring strength to this union. Hold tight to one another through good times and bad, and watch as your strength grows. Remember, it is not this physical cord, but what it represents that keeps you together. And now, I would ask my wife and my children to come join me. Come on up, Aaron. My daughter.
Aaron, come here.
Okay. Here. And Uncle John, would you come with your family? And Richard with yours. And if you would please come around us and let's form a circle. And would the rest of you would like to draw in and kind of place a hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you. Mary and Jonathan, as we rejoice in the joining of your lives as one, and as a result, the joining of our families, I would ask you two to look around. Look around and see the love and support for your family and friends. Just as you have both said to each other in the ring exchange, may you always be reminded of the love that surrounds you. So Mary and Jonathan, inasmuch as you have come together of your own accord and consented to live together in marriage, and have publicly declared your love for each other, and given and received rings in token of that promise, and in accordance with the laws and customs of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, by the authority that is granted to me as your uncle, I declare for the world to know that you are husband and wife. Here they is!
up, buddy? Are you happy? Give me a good movie. Me too. Well done, buddy. I wouldn't want to hear it. That's it. How suiting.
I can call you nephew.
I'm like in one day. Like, is this how fast it happening? I'm bringing up those vlogs. I'm like, you're taking good. We were just sitting there yesterday. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you ever met my husband.
Oh, yeah.
She's a total. Yeah, just leave me at nap time. She's a blonde wonder.
How you doing?
I'm gonna read the leaves. That was
Take some pictures. Gentlemen,
Correct. Beer time. Martini. Oh,
Martini. Okay, enjoy your martini.
I got one of those things. I can't really tell.
No, you really
It's like a fat chin. It's there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll be right back, guys.
I am chilly. I brought another sweatshirt that was in the car. Plus I have blankets. 1:30. Stop whenever you're heading up.
Where's John anyway? Did you see where John went? I'm gonna go back to the car and get my sweatshirt out. See what he is.
Did you guys choose this
on somebody else's table.
Yeah. So I want to clean out. Cause our bedroom is mismatched. And then we just start doing stuff. You know, like stuff. You know.
Is that geese? Geese? It's making all that noise.
I'm not sure. It's not the bride or the girl.
No, it's geese in the corner of the pen up there.
Oh, is that right? Oh yeah, I see the geese.
That ceremony is still.
Was it? Where'd Kim go?
To the car to get her sweater.
Should have cut that a long time ago, Scott. You know I'm only kidding.
Shout about Allison and the baby. Allison with the baby. Young sister Allison.
Oh, really?
I'm going to be recording this.
Where have you been?